Hello, good afternoon, everyone. And today is the day of Holy Festival, and I celebrated Holy Festival in the morning, and in the afternoon, after taking bath and meal, I have just sat down again to make a small video about the communication skill in English language, and that's what I'm actually changing to make myself better in communication skill in English language. I have been going about this aspiration for quite some time, and I think I'm improving, of course, and because I'm being a little bit consistent doing practice of communication, and I will have to, there is no other option available, because if you really want to get better at any particular activity for that matter, you have to be doing that particular activity every day consistently, because it is the consistency that's going to really make you better in doing that particular thing or getting better at that particular aspiration of yours, isn't it? So when it comes to making yourself better at a spoken English, because this is not our native language, we all understand that this is an alien language, but we don't have to really think it that way, because that's going to really put a bit of stress in our mind, and that's going to really make it a big problem for us, that if it is an alien language, that how we are supposed to really get better at it, because there are so many people speaking this language, so we were nowhere to be really comparing ourselves to them. You shouldn't be thinking that way, because anyone who really works around something gets better. The competition could be there out, of course, but you are not competing with anybody else. You are competing with your own self. What you are today, you also want to be better tomorrow and day after tomorrow, isn't it? So that's the basic principle, because if you really want to evolve yourself, you want to make yourself better at anything, you should have been in competition with with you only, not with anybody else, because that's going to really make the job tough for you. So if you are going to work around it every day, slowly you are going to really experience that the growth is taking place within you, and you are going to get better at it. And that's what it is happening to me, and I must acknowledge this very fact, that yes, I'm improving in communication skill in English language. I wasn't able to speak this way as far I have spoken for 2.5 minutes here right now. I wasn't able to really stitch together even one or two sentences without making myself really feel so much intimidated or and getting really stuck in between here. And several times I had to really stop. Even I was speaking only two sentences, but I had to really stop myself, because I would commit a mistake here and there. So that was the case a few months back, and slowly I got better at it and picked up my confidence, just because of the reason that I had to really practice this continuously, and still I am doing it. And if you really want to get better at a spoken English, you will have to really surround yourself with the English stuff. You need to really make an English environment around you, because that's how you are going to make this language familiar to you, and you are going to be far more comfortable with this language. So there shouldn't be any kind of intimidation or fear in your mind about this language when it comes to speaking it out with others, or in a gathering, or amidst a gathering, or over a phone with someone out there, or you are going to really give a lecture or deliver a talk in front of an audience, standing on a platform, isn't it? So if you see yourself to be a public speaker someday in the future, definitely you will have to really work hard. You will have to go about your task. You will have to really polish yourself. There is a lot of struggle, of course, because it's not a cakewalk. Speaking yourself, you're expressing yourself out the best possible way in front of an audience is going to be a huge task, of course, but it's at the same time true that it is a manageable task. One is going to achieve this kind of skill and this kind of feat to be speaking in front of an audience without hesitation, that too fluently and confidently. But you have to go through a long journey, and you need to really polish yourself in your communication skill, and for that you need to really read a lot of English stuff from the variety of the regions, because that's going to really give you an exposure to how the thoughts are really translated into words, and how they can be spoken in several ways. You are going to learn a lot of vocabulary from different areas, because that's going to really be handy when you express yourself, because to put your thoughts in a proper perspective, you need words, and you need words, and the words are going to really only come when you read a lot of English stuff. You are a well-read and wide-read person, isn't it? So try to indulge in as much reading in English language as possible. The second thing is that you need to also listen to the English language through a podcast or listening it on YouTube channels. You are going to listen to a lot of speakers, and that's how you are going to really absorb what way they are speaking and how they are carrying their sentences in a particular tone. Whenever it is required, they are just putting a particular tone and tenor, because this is needed. This is how you also express yourself with your gestures. It's not only just speaking it the plain way or making it a boring experience. No, it cannot be, because your pitch, your tone, and everything has to be very finely nuanced, and that's going to really be learned only after you keep yourself engaging with this English stuff. Listen to as much possible to the English language from variety of the speakers, and it's always better if you really listen to the native speakers, because that's how you are going to learn how they are pronouncing the words. You are going to really learn the correct way of pronouncing certain words, and you are also able to really learn how the words can be mingled in a sentence in a seamless manner. You're not going to really get stuck. So you're not going to really have any difficulty in speaking the words when it comes to really just incorporating them in a sentence and still not getting stuck, and maintaining that fluent or fluency and smoothness about the structure of the sentence, isn't it? So this is all going to really be acquired only through our hard work, our sincere involvement into it. And the more you practice, the more you keep talking this language, the more you are going to really gain confidence talking it out in any kind of the scenario. So if you don't find yourself in an English environment where you can really speak this language to anyone else, so you will have to really seek ways that either you join a course or a distant course in which you are having a session of say for half an hour to speak with someone on the other side in English language. That's also going to make you a bit confident also how you're going to but in the beginning everything is going to be a struggle, of course. So you should not be losing heart, and you shouldn't get disheartened and dejected, because it is this way only we are going to really reach the pinnacle of our success. We are going to really have success in our life, going through a lot of struggles and dealing with these struggles, coming stronger on the other side. Isn't it? That's how it plays with everybody. Plays for with everybody. For that reason. So never lose heart. It is going to take time also. You need to be very patient, and you need to be consistent. If you have these two qualities with the hard work and the sincerity, then definitely there isn't no force in this universe as big as your own commitment or spirit that's driving you ahead along the journey of your aspiration. No force can stop you from achieving your goal. If you have committed to yourself and you are just pulling up your strong willpower, that you are making it sure that you are every day just going about your task, going about your aspiration, then how do you think that after some time what is going to happen, that you are kind of molding yourself into a discipline, and a disciplined mind is going to achieve goals in one's life. So discipline is very much necessary. So I think that's what I just wanted to say here, and I wanted to see to myself that how much I'm really improving and what way I'm able to really speak my mind out. And sometimes you need to really speak a little bit slowly so that the others can understand you, and at the same time you need to test your mettle in all ways of your speaking, because it could be that somewhere you are required to speak at a slower pace because the audience there is not able to understand, of course, if you speak too fast. And sometimes you need to really speak faster for the audience who are well versed and educated in this English language, who always really remain in English environment, and this is a day-to-day language for them, so they are going to understand you how fast you speak. So that's not a problem. So you need to really adapt yourself to all kind of situations according to the necessity. This is the USP, or you can say this is the crucial element of a speaker. Thank you so much.